Good morning and welcome to day 9 of Advent. And the title for Jesus today is the Lord, the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh. Now I said a few days ago that the name I Am was one of the most important names of God, and that's true. But up there, alongside and interchangeable with I Am, is the name Yahweh. In the Old Testament, Yahweh was the God who made and kept his promises to his people, from Abraham and onwards. Yahweh was a God of covenants, formal promises by which he bound himself to his people. We perhaps think of Mount Sinai when we think of the name Yahweh. Mount Sinai, which we read of in Exodus chapters 19 and 20, when God came down on the mountain as his people were gathered around the foot of the mountain. He'd rescued them out of Egypt as a very large family, and he makes them a nation at Sinai. And as God comes down on the mountain shakes and quakes, lightning flashes around, and clouds of smoke billow around the mountain. And God says to his people gathered there, I am Yahweh, your God, who has rescued you out of slavery. That's what I've done for you. You are now my people. This is now how I want you to live. And he gives them the 10 Commandments. Now that was an awesome experience. But perhaps the most special part of that was that Yahweh revealed his name to them. Yahweh, the name, was perhaps the most precious thing God gave to his people, the most prized thing that God's people had. It was like, you see, God's personal name, the name God gave to his closest friends. For God's Old Testament people, the name Yahweh was supremely important. The big question, of course, is can we really link this most special name of God to Jesus? And of course the answer is absolutely we can. Listen to the opening of Mark's Gospel as Mark sets the scene for the arrival of Jesus. Mark describes John the Baptist as a messenger preparing the way for Jesus. The opening verse goes like this: the beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet, I will send my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way. And then Mark quotes Isaiah. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way for the Lord. And Mark is saying this Lord is Jesus. Now, he's saying that John the Baptist would prepare the way for the Lord. The word that Mark uses for the Lord is a title of respect and authority. It's not the word Yahweh. But the quote he is referring to from Isaiah chapter 40 makes it very clear who this figure is who is coming. Listen to Isaiah 40. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way. That's exactly what Mark says. But Isaiah says, prepare the way for the Lord, where in our Bibles the word Lord is in uppercase, capital letters. And that means behind that word in Isaiah's mind is the name Yahweh. When you put Mark chapter 1 alongside Isaiah 40, as we must do, because quotes in the New Testament, quoting the Old Testament, are like hyperlinks. We're meant to go back and read the original source document as well as just reading the way it's quoted in the New Testament. When we put those two together, the message is plain. Who was the person who John the Baptist was preparing the way for? He was preparing the way for Yahweh, who was going to come. The all-powerful, the eternal, promise-making, promise-keeping God. Yahweh. That's who is in the manger. And that is just astonishing.